Hey folks, Jonathan here. Today's adventure is going to be going out here, this lake, which just about don't have any water in it anymore because they tore the dam down. And there's a boat that's been in there, it's supposed to be a pontoon boat, it's been there for 20 years. And we've got to go try to get it out, and I think it's got to come over top of a 4-foot wall. So we're going to see what we can get into with the rollback. And hopefully don't have to take the wrecker out there. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll drag you along. Alright, according to my GPS, I have arrived at the destination. So let's see what we've got. You see all this out here? This is supposed to be lake. So these people have gotten majorly screwed. So their property values went to crap. And they sued the guy that was at fault, which was a man from Germany that owns all this, and they sued and won because he wouldn't fix the dam. Some of you may remember I done some pro bono work for the emergency services, and they was worried about the dam break, and I moved a bunch of vehicles for free and stuff like that. But this was the reason. All of this, as far as you could see through here, would be water, and it's just not there no more. So, you know, if you got a house here, and let's say this house was valued at, you know, $500,000, which, you know, it's a big, nice house on a lakefront, and now your house is probably valued at, I don't know, 100,000. Real mess out here. I can imagine how many fish died because of this. I don't know why that bothers me more than anything else, but it just does. Alright, so it's windy. Get this boat over this wall, and there's a stump. So I think we can do it. I wish the boat was farther away from the landing, because then I could bring the bed out over, but now, because of where it's at, I'm not going to be able to do that. It's going to be kind of a little bit rough. And then we don't want to get in the neighbor's yard. So I think we'll stay over this way and maybe snatch block the boat over this way, because it looks like maybe their yard is up to here and we don't want to do nothing there. So, okay. But this is it. Let's see what we can get figured out and get done. Alright. 40 horse oven rig. Wasp. Well, motor don't look too bad. Somebody pulled the cover off for some reason. Not stuck. We'll have to see if we can get it flipped up, because we don't want to tear the engine out. Well, of course, the engine is jammed down in the dirt, so hopefully when I move the boat around I can get it up out. That's a shame, because I don't want to hurt the engine, because it's my boat. So let's see if we can get her out. All right, get a snatch block. First thing we're going to do is pull it around, because if I get any closer that way, we'd be pulling from the other person's property. And I'm going to do everything I can to respect somebody's property rights, because I would prefer them to do the same for me. I bent the front of Pontoon, but I don't care. It's going to junk anyway. And it hadn't been, well, it hadn't been legal for 5 years. Hope there ain't no copper-headed rattle moccasins down here. Looks like a perfect place for them. So, anyway, don't look like the lower unit's hurt. I like that motor. Boy, I like that motor. Okay, so what we're going to do now, see if I can get this thing flipped up. It looks like it's electric, and none of this is an override, I don't believe. I can't get it to move. So no matter where I put it, you don't want to lift. That's not good. Alright, I guess we have to run like that. Get it up to the edge of the bed and let it hang off, I suppose. All right. Alright folks, we're loaded up, strapped down, chained down, all that good stuff. I have no intentions to do anything with this boat except use parts off of it. It's got a live well with a seat that folds up that we need for that sort of the cabin cruiser and any other parts and pieces that we can use. And then of course I'm going to take that 40 horse off the back. And then I'll probably just find somebody to give it to for scrap aluminum or whatever. I'm sure the guy's probably got the paperwork with the boat. I mean, he's lived there, you know, for 30 years. He's selling the place now, and that's why they had to get it out of there. But boat's been in the water for 20 years. And as you can see, there's more of the lake right there. This was a good-sized lake. Anyway, I feel sorry for the people that invested on property here. That's one of the last things you're going to think is your lake's going to go dry. And you know, there was a golf course here too. And as you can see, I don't think there's a little bit of water out there in the center, and that's about it. I don't know. Shameful. Alright, so here we go. Motor's off. It's a 1998 40 horsepower Evinrude. Nice, I like it. Probably tear it down, put a water pump in it, get it set up, see if we can get it started and running. Probably have to clean the carbs on it, but I think it'd be a good engine. I've got a 14-foot John boat that would be really good on, that I used to have a 35 on, and center console, so I don't think there'd be any problems handling it. But I never could get the electric to lift. I think I will do away with that. I think I've got a setup that I can put a manual tilt on it. I'm not much for the electric tilt because down at the river where I fish, I'm not the lake kind of person, as you probably can tell, but I go to the river. So when I hit a log or a stump or a tree, I need that engine to be able to flip back so it don't tear the transom off the back of my boat. And this one's probably one of them levers is for that, but I couldn't get it to move. So I don't like taking chances on that. So I would rather have it where I can adjust the heights down and to get my trim right, and then be able to lift it up when I get ready to go, pull out of the water, you know, on my own. So we've got it all totally unhooked. We didn't cut it out or nothing like that. So what we'll do now is go in and pull the wiring harness, and there's one seat in it, actually this one right here, that has a live well under it that I want to pull out, and probably the table, and we're going to save them for my wife's. We got about 8 or 10 life jackets out of it, and let me see, they were in really nice shape, and of course because they were stored, you know, in the dry. But let's see, and then I've got a friend I'm going to give this thing to and let him do what he wants to do. Someone will either end up making this into a floating dock or scrapping it. Probably a floating dock around here. I bent it a little bit trying to get it out of there, and the camera don't show heights and stuff really well, so this was a pretty steep deal getting that out of there, and we didn't run into any copper-headed water moccasins. So we'll get all the electronics and the control out and get my battery charger out of there, and then we'll send this on down the road. So this was a free for the removal, and you know, I'm sure the guy's got the paperwork and all, but I'm just not a pontoon kind of person. So anyway, all right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.